Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising Sign. Today we're talking about February 2023 and what a month it is for you of career achievement and success, and as well getting a ton of support from people who are working on your behalf from behind the scenes, including the spirits of the dead and all kinds of angels and guided folks as well. If you have any ambitions around higher education, by the way, foreign lands and travel, or just succeeding as an educator, you're also going to find yourself soaring in the month ahead. We're going to talk a lot about how this works for your rising sign, and then second, you can listen for Sun and Moon in a minute. And before we get there, I want to say a little bit about me. I am Lori Lothian, and if you're new here, I am a whole sign house Hellenistic or traditional astrologer using the Western tropical zodiac. If you want to learn more about what I'm up to, I'm teaching my Sky Reader course in February. It's 8 weeks, in March, and all the information is below. Check the links below. Do you want to be your own astrologer, time your best life? Please jump aboard my wait list. It fills up only on the wait list. I have a cap about how many students I bring into any one group of teaching, because I'm really hands-on with you. Second of all, if you would like to learn about my newsletter, Cosmic Moonshine, comes out every weekend, and it gives you the overview of the week ahead by me written, but also you are now eligible for a 20% off reading code with me that comes as soon as you sign up for my newsletter, discount code, and you get all kinds of contests, etc. Last thing I do is I am on Patreon, and I have about 52 people on there now, and by being one of my Patreon people, you get all of this content every month, all my 30 videos a month, ad-free, ahead of the curve of everyone else. I'm recording on January 21st. The Patreon community will get this content today. You will get it sometime 3 or 4 or 5 days later. But if you want to ad-free for $5 a month, get everything ahead of everybody else, then just sign up. Plus, you see me twice a month for a Zoom call, which we talk about astrology topics in the sky, content that nobody else gets, that's never anywhere else. All right. And discount codes off for courses with me, etc. Join my Patreon. All right, let's get going. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It is a rainy day in Vancouver, Canada, and I am on your case. First of all, this is a time where Lord Jupiter is moving through your 10th house, and he's moving direct. In fact, February, all planets are direct. What happens when Jupiter comes here once every 12 years is that you expand in your career success. Now, this is angular, therefore it's in one of the angular houses, 1, 4, 7, 10. So it's a highly important turning point in life. And Jupiter up here is definitely able to expand your career and success and reputation. But also, if you don't like what you're doing, bring a blessed ending and get you out of that problem place in your purpose, career, and reputation space. Now, people in power will favor you. And you may have got a foretaste of this back in the 2022, because he was here already from about May the 10th to October 28th, but only in the early degrees, the first 8 degrees of Aries in your 10th house. That may have impacted you positively if your Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising is in the first 10 degrees of that sign. But for now, we've got him moving through the entirety of your 10th house, affecting all Cancer, Rising, Sun, and Moon. And during the month of February, moving direct in the top of your sky, he moves between approximately the 5th and the 12th degrees. So maybe I'd say anyone from the 2nd to the 13th or 14th degree, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, really get a lot of love from Jupiter. And yes, it could look like your career successes are on steroids. You're really expanding your career success. Now, if you want to get a promotion or raise, it's an ideal time to seek it. If you want to move up to a better job or up level into some better department in your work, or if you're an independent entrepreneur at all, which is possible for some of you, then this could be also just up leveling your exposure and your higher, powerful gains that you can have by being more ambitious, leaderful, and acting like the king of your mountaintop, basically, king of Mount Olympus in your 10th house of reputation. Now, if you are not liking what you're doing, Jupiter can easily kibosh that, but more so for people who have the floating midheaven in the 10th house of Aries using whole sign house astrology. And you might end up leaving something, blessed endings, because it's not really your cup of tea at this point. Jupiter endings are blessed and they always turn out well. If you are somebody who teaches, or educates others, or guides or coaches or mentors, this can amplify that aspect of your success. All right, so you'll become, because Chiron's up here and Jupiter's meeting with him, it's like you become very, very much available to succeed in those professional styles of work and career. Now, the thing about this is that Mars is also moving direct ever since January 12th, and now he's getting speed and momentum in your 12th house. This is kind of like backroom negotiations and cobbling things together in deal making, secret negotiations that affect your career success. Even secret firings, like your boss says, we're going to fire Joe, he's no good, but you'll get his job, okay? That's what that kind of stuff could be in February. But if you're like doing international barter and trade, making money from offshore, like for instance, using PayPal and Stripe because you are receiving customers and clients worldwide, then your 12th house is that house. And this is Mars now going forward and picking up speed all through February, moving roughly between 10 and 19 degrees of your 12th house. And, he's really opening up a lot of excitement around the ability to generate more and more revenue in that manner, if that's something you're doing. And if you want to travel to a foreign land, Mars here will be saying until March the 25th, I sanction travel to a foreign land. What a great idea. Let's get you off to a foreign shore for a sanctuary, a teaching, a learning, or something like that. Adding to that foreign land story is Venus. Venus will move into the house of foreign shores and foreign lands, and she exalts you there. She brings you superpowers, Cancer rising, Sun and Moon secondarily, and makes everything extra super beautiful, glowy, and fabulous in the foreign shores house. The second foreign shores house is the 12th and the 9th. And this is like, if it's not a teacher that you're studying with in a foreign shore, because it can be that energy with that 12th house, 9th house axis, then you're off to a plan a trip or take a trip. So when would Venus say yes to this? January 26th to February 20th. Do you have to take the trip in that window? Not necessarily. You might get your visas in order, your passport, your plane tickets booked, all of those kinds of things. Also, you could also find legal outcomes working in your behalf, especially if there's backroom deals and negotiations needed for your legal success with courts and judges, as well as academic success as well can happen for you. If you're in kind of academic college or university environment, things are looking up. If you are into the book publishing world, this is also a Venus transit that can support you to succeed in getting that agent, getting that book deal, especially backroom deals and negotiations. Venus in the house of book publishing, things are looking up there as well. Good time to have a publication scouted out, like send it to the agents, send it to the publishers or whatever, and see what you can get going if you don't want to self-publish. And so Venus is saying yes to all of that until the 20th of February. Then she moves into your 10th house. Now up here, she's also saying, let me help you with Jupiter look really good in your career. Women can look really supportive as people in power that want to help you and bring you opportunities. However, Venus is inner debility in Aries, so be careful for being overly aggressive or encountering overly aggressive and masculine energy in the females that you encounter. Well, it may benefit you. It may also feel somewhat like you're talking to Xena warrior princess people who've got their karate moves going on in your career house. It's an aggressive Venus. She wants what she wants and she's going to get it. And she may not be you. She may be somebody else in the space of career support or in your workspace. It could also be problematic. She's applying toward Jupiter in March. And there's an old ancient tradition where Venus is applying to Jupiter. Jupiter is the good guy. She's the kind of ooh, witchy woman. But here she's not witchy. She's just like wielding a sword, like Lara Croft Tomb Raider or something in that game, in that show. So maybe there could be some very aggressive feminine encounters in the work career space during the month of February. Now, I like her there still. She can bring you lucky breaks, promotions, and raises, or amazing outcomes in career and popularity and appeal. But you have to be a bit of a go-getter to get that, a popularity and appeal energy fully lit up if you're going to get it at all. I just had a terrible thought that I'm not recording. Let me double check, because I can't find my video of me talking. Am I even recording? That's when I get really into I think I'm talking to myself and there's no meeting. There, I found my Zoom meeting. I had 7 screens open. Yes, I am distracted. I'm ADHD or something. Moving forward, don't need your gnarly comments, people. So Cancer, you're ruled by the moon, right? And you're empathic and emotional and sensitive. And so the moon is just always moving quickly. But we like to focus on the fact that in the month of February, it's really a Venusian month. Venus and Mercury are calling all of the shots. These are fast moving planets. These are smaller transits. It's kind of a still calm energy before the intensity of March. So enjoy that. I like the fact that there is this Venus square Mars. If you're looking for a hot, sizzling romance and you're a single Cancer, or if your romance is stalled out in your marriage type relationship, you could pick up a bit of sizzle during the window of the early part of the week of February, let's say from the 3rd to the 6th of February. That Venus square Mars is not bad at all, but she's squaring Mars, which brings that sexual chemistry and positive friction from the 9th to 12th house. So it could be a secret love affair or a love affair with a foreigner from a foreign shore, or a love affair with somebody in an academic setting or spiritual community. And so that could be coming on. I think that Mars square Venus will bring a lot of chemistry, but it may not last. Sometimes it's a sign that the foundation is based on superficial hormones versus long-term love. Now, also, you're going to find that Venus sextiling Uranus, unexpected love and money and excitement around those things coming through, like a little positive shock and awe around the 7th and 8th of the month of February. Now, Venus and Uranus is definitely surprises around the things of money and love stories, but she's in your 9th house. And it's connected to your 11th house of pennies from heaven and good spirit. 9th house is a luck house as well as a wealth house, Lakshmi house. Long story short, I'm leaning towards a positive money surprise coming through your sky for you in a really lovely way around the 6th to the 9th of February. But if it's back to the love story, then there's some karmic blessings and some positive outcomes from some foreign shore love story. As well, you may find that at the same time this is happening, because Mercury is sextiling Neptune, Mercury in Capricorn, sextiling Neptune in your 9th house. It could be some good news from your marriage partner as well that we're seeing in the sky. They get a promotion, they get a raise, they get something good happening. Now, Mercury Neptune could be a dreamy romantic getaway being planned with your significant other, or they're just having some really positive developments in their life to do with some of the dreamy hopes and wishes they have for success in an academic or foreign country setting, or with a legal or court case. Then finally, as we move towards Valentine's Day, it's truly a soulmate Valentine's Day. Venus and Neptune co-join on Valentine's Day. So the day before, the day after, the day of, it's all kind of like super like, bring me a higher love and looking for the dream partner or finding the dream partner. If you're single, look for the Valentines to be quite special. But it's happening, this conjunction between Neptune and Venus, which is that high creativity, profound spiritual essence, and almost like a deeply spiritual sense of unconditional love. But it can also be about romantic love becoming twin flamed out or soulmated or something like that. A divine complement. Because it's in the house of foreign lands and shores, if you're a Cancer, this could be a love story that's evolving because you're traveling to a foreign land, or someone from a foreign shore land or culture or background is traveling to you. So if you've already picked up some steam on some kind of love story before the Valentine's, it really goes forward into a very dreamy and really lovely place at that time. And in fact, I think that for some of you, this is going to be quite sweet. I think a lot of Cancers who are single or semi-single are finding that their person, as they call it. And, with Pluto going through your 7th house of marriage for the last forever, 2008, a lot of you have been through very traumatic endings as Cancer risings, or turbulence in significant love and relationship stories. And the thing about this Venus-Pluto, combination is it's happening in the same time frame that Saturn and the Sun will co-join together in Aquarius. And that could be about a side story, not necessarily even connected, but it will open up a gateway between something to do with a new level of power, authority, and a big energy of financial chunky money gain, I guess is the best word. That's your Aquarius part of your chart. And this is happening in a relationship as well, to the fact that you have Uranus in the pennies from heaven house. Now, it's not partile, but they're still in a connection called a square. So some shocking, unexpected, but maybe okay news around finances coming through. Mercury Pluto, happens every year in Aquarius. Sorry, what did I just say? Oh my God, brain, come back online. I lost my thread. But it's coming back. Just give me a minute. Oh my God. Better if I put my paper with all my notes in front of me instead of looking down. That's probably what I need to do. Okay, what was I doing? Yeah, so we're talking about Valentine's Day. Hallelujah. Lori is coming back into this awareness of what planet she's on. All right. So, right, I don't feel like editing today. But Mercury on Valentine's Day in Aquarius, all right, that's what I'm trying to get to, is looking at a story. Oh, not Mercury. So what am I talking about? So Sun conjunct Saturn. I think I need to stop. I'm recording so many videos today. Sorry about that, Cancer. Yeah, so Sun Saturn in your chunky money house is happening during the Valentine's Day period. What kind of power are you leveling up about chunky money in your money house on Valentine's Day? And yes, you will have Mercury, the messenger of the gods, delivering that kind of chunky money surprise news as well. He will be in your eighth house at that time. He enters into your eighth house of inheritance monies, etc., February 11th to March the 2nd. Now, you could get money from an inheritance, a business partnership, or some kind of up level of your spouse's income or your business partnership income. So there's all of that happening around that time, really kicking in at Valentine's Day. That's what I'm trying to say. Finally, and inheritances are here. Some of you could be coming into a bequeathment around that time in February or Valentine's Day, add a few days before and after. And then we have Mercury sextiling Jupiter, which is the god of opportunity, and luck and goodness and fairy godfather, looking at Mercury and wanting to support him as he moves through the Aquarius part of your sky of chunky money. And so this is like Jupiter in the 10th house of reputation and career, looking over at your chunky money house. This could be a huge raise or promotion that allows you to pay down a credit card. This could be some kind of unexpected spousal money coming into your life that helps you up level your career in some way. Or this could be good news coming through your career stories, affecting your finances in a very profound way, mostly around things to do with leveraged money, debts, mortgages, investment monies, etc. So it looks really good. I think it's exciting. I think you're going to look at this time as a positive financial window for most of you during this time frame. And the Mercury sextile Jupiter is happening around the 16th to the 19th of the month of February. And just a little bit after that, Venus will meet with Pluto in your marriage house. Now, this can be intense, like news or information or something going on with a significant other or a client or your marriage partner, but it's also a wealth yoga. So does your marriage partner suddenly pony up and get a huge amount of money in their life, and you're benefiting as a Cancer rising if you have a partner like that? Or do you attract a very powerful client or audience type person, maybe female, to your story? And that will be most intensely happening between the 18th and the 20th of February. Sometimes it's like the death of a love story. It could be Venus, the goddess of love, in the house of significant other, Pluto, the god of death. If there's a love story that needs to die because it's no longer sustainable, then this will be like a nail in the coffin vibe for some Cancer risings in an already existing story. But it doesn't have to be that, so I'm not going to push that narrative. It could literally Venus sextiling Pluto here. I mean, Venus is sextiling Pluto from a house of things to do with legal and court matters. And therefore, my only question I'd have in my mind, oh, sorry, that's not where she is. She's moved on into, yeah, Lori, come back online. Venus is sextile from the house of courts and court matters around the 19th of the month. So what kind of legal disputes or court matters are percolating and intensifying in the marriage house, connected to either trips or travel to foreign shores, legal or court affairs, or matters to do with perhaps tension in your spiritual beliefs with the one you're with? I'm just making stuff up. It's a very fast moving transit. It's happening close to the 19th of the month. And then Venus moves into your career house. And yes, as I said, you get more aggressive and ball busting energy as your Xeno warrior princess takes off. At the end of the very month, sorry guys if I seem a little scattered, I do apologize. I think I've been doing too many videos and I need to take a walk and come back and do a second set because I've been like going through all the signs, plus I had morning clients. I am recording on the 21st. Anyway, last but not least, Mercury squares Uranus. Mercury will square Uranus from Aquarius, and Uranus, the god of change and sudden disruption, is in your 11th house. This is happening approximately the 21st to the 23rd of February. This is it's unexpected money story. It can feel disruptive. It can feel a little unexpected or shocking, or it could be awe-inspiring, but it's about the money you share with a husband or your investment portfolio money, inheritance money, credit card money, loans and mortgage monies, all of those. And then yet also coinciding with the same disruption energy is a flow and a good energy between Mercury and Mars, who's now moving direct in Gemini. Backroom deals and negotiations, foreign lands and travel, or credit card and PayPal escalations into goodness. I think the saving grace is that Mars will make sure that everything kind of goes forward in a positive way regarding any unexpected money stories, because it's all connects to your house of home and real estate and land. If any of you Cancer risings are looking at buying or selling or changing or leasing or renting a new place, any of those things could be sudden disruptions to your plans, 21st to the 23rd, but ultimately things work out and you get forward in a new direction that's positive. You may have to cobble out some deals and negotiations behind the scenes in order to make it all work out. That's Mars in your 12th, but I think it will work out. I think that's everything. Thank you for letting me speak to you today, even if it was a little bit kabobbly. And thanks for Cancer for being in my world. Please, please, please enjoy February relative to March and some of the intensity in the sky for you then, which is good but intense for all of us as Pluto and Saturn move into new signs during the month of March. But for you, this is going to be a nice flow and ease compared to maybe some intensity coming through your sky in like March, April, May, June, to do with inheritances or finances shared with another, like a spouse or a business partner. But stay tuned for that. I'll be giving you a longer video in March to cover all of this intense ground. Check my All Signs 2023 videos, the big transits, and you can get a little bit more knowledge about Pluto moving into your 8th house, as well as getting some foreknowledge of Saturn moving into Pisces, influencing you in a whole new way in terms of your 9th house themes. Thanks, Cancer. Ciao, ciao.